I'm not a lawyer, but this is the part 3 recap of the state of Georgia versus Hannah Payne. Okay, so Hannah Payne herself got on the witness stand to testify about what happened the day of the incident and the day Kenneth Herring lost his life. Hannah's testimony started off talking about the first accident that she witnessed between Kenneth Herring and the tractor trailer, and says that the off-duty officer, who she says introduced himself as a state officer, kind of took a position of authority and at one point said that Kenneth was inebriated.
And he said, he's okay, but he said he's definitely inebriated.
Are you sure that's the word he used?
I'm positive, because it prompted both me and the truck driver to reply, simultaneously saying, do you mean he's drunk?
Then Hannah goes into the story.
So I'm explaining to the dispatch what happened, and as he's pulling off, she's asking me, was I able to get the tag number? Realizing I wasn't able to, I was already at my vehicle, and I completely got in my vehicle and went to go pull off. The truck driver and the state officer was still standing over in the street. I asked him, did he go straight? And he said yes. And he's telling me, he said, go.
So at that time, you were under the impression that he's a state officer sending you to get the tag, and 911 knows that you're on the way to get the tag?
Correct.
So you never heard them give a warning of not to chase, or?
No. And from how I remembered it, that's when she told me that she just wanted me to be safe. I told her that I understood, and that I wasn't chasing. I was just going to follow, just stay behind him, to stay with him until a police officer could get to us. Basically just keep them in the loop, since they obviously weren't there yet. This is the way that I interpreted it, was that she wanted both of us to go back to the original accident site because police should be there by now. I saw him stopped in the turning lane, so I turned as well, and when I stopped, I was under the impression, with me having 911 on the phone, that I could just be kind of like a messenger. So I took my phone on speaker and I took it to him to show him that I had the police on the phone.
Now you mentioned that he was in turning lane and was stopped, correct?
Correct.
Did you cause him to stop?
I did not. I was walking up to him and I am explaining that I'm on the phone with the police and that they wanted us to go back to the original accident site. Apparently I was close enough for him to reach out the car, and he knocked my phone out of my hand and he grabbed me by my wrist and he pulled me into the vehicle. At some point my shirt had gotten grabbed. I'm telling him to let me go, and that's when he hits the gas and we go forward. I'm still in the car at this point. When you are being held against your will and you have no idea what's ahead of you and you're looking down, it felt like it lasted forever. Before he punched the gas is when he was kind of turning his body and he was reaching behind him. That's when I drew my weapon. He grabbed my hand with the gun in it, and then he started to try to turn it, to pry it, almost like he was trying to pry it out of my hand so that he could take it away. And as he's pulling it is when the gun went off.
Okay, come back for the rest of Hannah Payne's testimony.